What's up, everybody? It is time to do some coding. Now, I'm actually going to treat this coding like it's the first time you've done coding with me. So, if you've done coding with me before, then I'm sorry. So, here's how it's going to work. I will walk you through step by step. Now do this, now do this. Get this block, do this. I'll walk you through the entire process to create what we're about to code. If you need that process, then stick with me. If you kind of need it, then maybe watch at 1.5 speed. Okay. And you can pause it as you need. If you're like, I don't need it at all, then look at the success criteria and just go. All right. So here's what we're doing today. We're looking at particle theory of matter. Okay. And we're looking at the particle alignment. And, well, let's see. So let's have a look. So let's hit stop and green flag and go. And the particles of a solid, they're tighter and they're not freely moving around. They vibrate slightly. So we're going to create that. Notice that the solids are not taking up the entire area because they have a definite shape and a definite volume. The liquid, okay, they have a bit more space to move, but notice they're also not taking up the entire place because they have a definite volume, right? They do take the shape of the container that they're in, so it's going to fill up all the space, but at its volume capacity, it stops here. And gas, they freely move and they take up the container, and so it's not a definite volume, not a definite shape, okay? So we're going to recreate this. We're going to have some fun. Are you ready? All right, so one more time just for fun. Here we go. So we are going to create a new project. All right. So here is your layout. Here are all the different coding blocks. And so don't be overwhelmed by this. I'm going to say, now go get this. Now go get this. Okay. I'll explain what all these tabs and everything as you need. I'll explain it. Step one, let's name this. So we're going to call this particle alignment, or whatever you were told to name it in my assignment. Wow, I can't even spell. There we go, 2 L's. All right. So here is where we see what's going on. Sprite is what is on the screen that we are coding to move to do things. So they always provide this cat. Hello, cat. We don't need the cat. So we're going to click this X and we're going to say goodbye, cat. Okay. Now, we have the ability to choose a sprite. And if we click there, we could choose anything. It could be a banana, ice. Right? So that's nothing that I need. It could be a ball. Okay. It could be whatever you want. So there's a ball. Okay. And I could code this to do whatever I'd like. All right. So that's a sprite. Let's go over here to the backdrops. The backdrop is what the background, it's what we see. So we can, again, choose a backdrop from whatever they want to give us. Okay. We can upload our own. I'm going to paint one. Okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get a rectangle, and I'm going to fill the whole space. Now note that this is the slide. You can see it. Okay, so I'm just expanding it, making it greater than, and I'm just, you can make whatever colors you want. I chose to go with red, orange, and yellow. The reason I did was because as you start in a solid, as you heat it, add more heat, it melts into a liquid, and then as you continue to heat liquids, it evaporates into gas. So I thought, like, getting more red. That was just literally my thoughts. So if we go kind of orange. So check this out. The background is now orange, but we want to make like 3 columns. So check what I did. Click another rectangle, and I made a column. And then this has a black outline. Now notice I clicked off, and now I can't get back to it. Edit, undo. You have to click this arrow if you want to move it around, change things about it. So I can make the outline thicker just to make a thicker line. Okay, if you want to, you don't have to. And I'm going to make this more of a yellow. You could make it a gradient if you like. Okay, I'll make mine solid just to keep it simple for everybody. Okay, so now I have this cool look. I'm going to copy, Control C, Control V, and I'm going to paste it over here. Note that I've made these black borders go off just so that it looks like just a line. And let's make that a red. Okay, so I'm looking, I think it kind of is even. Is that even? I think it's even. Sweet. Let's add some text. So we're going to say that this is a solid. We can't see it because it's fill. So we can make it black. Okay. Again, note I got to be on this so that I can, on this pointer. All right. If I triple click or double click on it, I can change the font to whatever you want it to be. I went marker the last time, so let's go with pixel. I wish they would get some more font options. So let's go back to our pointer. Go copy, paste. Let's go liquid. Copy, paste, and gas. Okay, so if you've done that, perfect. Keep going. If you need a second, pause the video and get that done. Okay. Now, next step is we're going to leave our backdrop and come back to our sprite. Okay. Whoa, 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 what just happened? Now, we are now in what's called the costume. So you can see I can, this ball that I chose has a bunch of different options. So I could choose any of them, whatever color I want. Okay. Now you're going to notice that I used Ice Cube that I found online, a free PNG. I found a free PNG water and cloud. You do whatever you want. All right. If you have it saved, instead of clicking on here, you could just hover and go upload. And then I have my cloud. And I can just upload that. I'll work with the ball for now. Okay. Let's go blue. Cool. And I'm going to come to this side. I'm going to say code. And I'm going to be back in my coding. All right. Here's my ball. Let's start with gas. Okay. So we're going to code gas first. Now, looking over here, I can adjust how big it is. I can go to 200. This is 200%, right? 100% of the size. We could go to 50% of the size. It kind of just depends on what you want. Maybe you're like, that's too small. It's just your preference. So I'm going to go 50. All right. So in Scratch, when we want to start, we hit a green flag. Now note, as I click this green flag, nothing's happening. Okay, because there's nothing coded. I haven't told it to do anything. All right, I'm just getting my notes back open. So we're going to go to event. So here's an event that is going to occur when this happens. So when somebody clicks this green flag, what do I want to happen? Well, let's start with this particle here. Okay. Now, this is a giant Cartesian grid. Where is it? Okay. So, as you see on this Cartesian grid, this is 0, 0, about quarter of the way up. Right? That's plus 100. This is negative 100. This is negative 200. Or actually, it's 180 technically. Okay. So, up here, you can actually see it's charting my X and Y coordinates. So this is 224, and this is why does it say negative 180? There it is, 160. Okay. Did I lose all of my, oh my goodness. I lost my whole backdrop. That's terrible. All right. Unless it's still there. Excellent. So it's still there. So what I did was I clicked on my backdrop and I'm here and I could just go back to my other one. Phew. I was like, oh boy, it's embarrassing in front of everybody on the video. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say coding. When the green flag is clicked, go to this position, which is 225, 159. I'm going to type it in. Oh, look, it's already typed in for me. That's super convenient. Thank you, Scratch, for helping me out with that. Okay. Now, what I want this to do is I want it to move like a particle. Okay. So we're going to use this blue one. It's called motion. That's a movement, right? We're going to glide. Now, there's a glide to a random position, but we're going to control a little bit more. So we're going to go to here and then glide to a certain spot. So watch, if I went 0, 0, it will glide right to the middle. That's 0, 0. Okay. Now, that's not very random, right? So check this out. We can go pick so these green operators, there's one that says pick a random. So if we drag it, we can actually watch how it'll illuminate. See how it illuminates? I could drop it right in there and I can get another one. So now it's pick a location on X between 1 and 10 and a location in Y between 1 and 10. So that's probably around here. So let's get our green flag and see what it does. All right. And then another one goes a different place. Okay. Now, what I need to do is I need to figure out what this black line is. So watch. Let's move this to here. And we could look here at the X. This is 85. So what I wanted to do is stay in this gas section. So glide anywhere, pick a spot between 85. And do we remember how far this was? If we don't, we can move it over and see. They've got that at 239. I'll pick even 240. Let's say 240 off the page. So let's see. Green flag and go. Green flag and go. Green flag and go. Good. And now pick a Y. Well, we can go as high as possible. Let's see what that Y is. It's 179. Okay, 179. What's the lowest possible? I just lost it. There it goes. 172. So why don't we just say, for easy to remember, let's go 200 and negative 200. MrStav, what if it goes off the screen? That's kind of cool, actually. So let's go like this. Ready? Random spot there. Click it again. Random spot there. Click it again. Random spot there. Now, would that be cool if it just did that on its own repeatedly? We can. So we look through here. Okay. It's not an event. What we want to do is control it. We want to say, keep doing this. So we call this a forever loop. Just keep doing this forever until I tell you stop. Okay, so let's take these instructions and put it inside of this forever loop. So it's going to say, when I click the green flag, go to the spot that's up here, and then glide to its spot randomly. Let's see. Nice. See how it's new spot, new spot, new spot, new spot. Perfect. Now it's acting like a particle, and that's exactly what we want it to do. Okay? Now, the one thing is that's only one particle. Now, I could repeatedly make lots and lots of particles, or sprites, but I could just watch this. This is super cool. All right? First, let's just call this our gas particle. Okay? So, gas particle. All right. If you wanted to control its speed, you can change the number of seconds. Let's keep it real simple though. So let's move this off and let's go to, where is it? Create a clone of myself. So when I click the green flag, go to this location and create a clone of myself. And then check this out, right beside it, or right above it, is when I start as a clone. So when the green flag is clicked, create a clone. So now I'm going to be like getting a clone. And watch this. Put that forever loop for the clone. So when the clone starts, do this forever. So let's stop it, green flag, and go. Beautiful. Notice how the original guy, he's not doing what I asked him to do, because I've taken those instructions off of the original guy and I've put the instructions on the clone. All right. Now this is getting cooler, but I feel like that's not enough clones. So I want to make more than one clone. So we're going to say do it more than once. So we don't want a forever loop because that's be forever. That's a lot. But if we put in a repeat loop, put this clone, create a clone inside, this is now going to repeat. It's going to create a clone, do it again, repeat, create a clone, do it again, create a clone. It's going to do it 10 times. So we should have 10 clones out there. Boom. How cool is that? How many clones do you want? I don't know. Let's try 20. Do you like the look of that? Perfect. All right. If you like more, get more. If you want less, get less. You're the boss. Okay. Now, I am kind of bothered by this guy not moving around. So I actually have another look here for him that I'd like him to just go away. I want him to hide. So in these purples, you'll find this hide. So I'm going to tell him to go here. I'm going to hide him. So watch this. Boom. And now you don't see the guy just sitting around. Everybody is moving. So the original guy's hidden and all the clones are going. Okay? So that is pretty cool. All right? If you need to pause, rewind, absolutely do that. But I'm going to power on, and I'm going to right click my sprite. So down here, we have our sprites, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to duplicate him. Now I have GS2, and I want to do my liquid. So liquid. All right. Now, check this out. The liquid would be the exact same color. You can do the exact same color, or we can go up here to costumes, and we could change the color. I don't know. What do you want? Purple? Purple's kind of cool. Maybe liquid should have been blue because it's more like water. There's no rules. You're the creator right now. Okay. So this is the top right. I'm gonna take a wild guess. Let's take off the hide for a second so I can see that purple one. Uh-oh, what happened? Did I mess it up? I messed it up. What did I do? What if I delete it? Go again. Oh no. Welcome to coding, friends. Sometimes weird stuff happens. I'm going to try something. Maybe I need to say show the clones. Let's see that. Phew. I don't know why that happened. It didn't happen before, but everything wasn't showing up because we didn't have show on. So let's go ahead and I'm going to re-add this. Whew, liquid. You can already see I've messed up several times. I'm also new to coding myself. All right, so let's say that this is closer to 0. Let's just start it at 0. And let's see how that goes. Boom. Oh no, why did all the liquid particles go to the gas? Well, because they're picking a random, just like over here. So now we got to stop everybody. Take off this hide for a second. Let's see. Oh, man. All right. We got to figure out what this is. Well, we know what this is, right? This is positive 85. So we're going to say from positive 85, could we maybe guess that this is negative 85? Let's see. That's a guess. Because this should technically be center, right? Boom. I nailed it. Perfect. So now we got gases on the right side. We got liquid in the middle. But what's cool is that gases will fill up the whole space, but liquid has a definite volume. So we got to restrict it to a certain height. So let's just guess. Well, we know negative 200. We're keeping the floor. Let's make the maximum height a 0, right? Using the Cartesian grid. All right, let's see. Boom. Do we like that? Kind of like that. I do like that. All right. Okay. Now, solids is a little bit different because solids don't move freely as much like this. They do more of a vibrate. So we're going to be changing things up a little bit for you. All right. So let us duplicate our liquid. All right. Let's call it a solid. Let's change its color up here, costume, and green. Okay. Now, we don't want to go to 0, 159. We're going to go to, what's this left side? That's negative 100? I don't know. Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong button. Negative 100. No, so that was negative 100 about here. So let's go negative 150. Negative 150. Just kind of a little bit of guess and check. Or that's 150 there. So we can move a little bit more. Let's go negative 180. 180. Good. All right. Now we need to go lower, right? Because the solid is just going to be essentially a rock down there. So let's go to negative 190. I'm aiming for here-ish. So let's see. Perfect. Maybe it's too low. Negative 170. Try that. Oh. I could go back to my backdrop and switch to my grid and see. Oh, this is 180, so it should probably be around here, which is what, let's try 130 now. Back to my solid particle. Negative 130. I keep pressing all these shortcuts that. Negative 130. All right, we'll figure it out in a second. Oh, you know why? I was changing the X. I changed the wrong thing. Negative 130. Why didn't anybody tell me? There we go. Fixed it. Now it's always going back into the liquid, but we're actually not too worried about that because here's what we're going to do. We want it to move this way and this way. We want it to vibrate slightly, so we don't need it to glide anymore. So what we're going to go is back to its motion, okay, and we want it to go and move. Where is its move? Oh, move. Okay, we're going to move. Again, just all play. Let's start with 5 steps. So move 5 steps to the right, and right is positive 5. And then move negative 5. So move back. So it's going to go this way, this way, this way, this way, this way. All right, let's see what that does. Can't really see much of it. Okay, so what if I put a weight? Control. Okay, so go to control and get a weight. And let's just give it, see what that does. There, do you see it moving? Move, 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 move. All right. I believe it's still showing us the original guy. I actually think that that's too slow. Like I want it to look like it's vibrating. So let's go half a second, 0.5. Let's see how that goes. That's getting closer. What would 0.1 look like? Let's look. Oh, actually like that, right? I'm sure you could probably go even shorter time. Like you could go 0.01. Oh, actually that's what we want. We want that vibration to look like that. Now, note that we have 20 clones doing this. So we do need to change it up just a little bit. So we need to get our motion and a go-to. And we want to go to somewhere, these clones, we want to go somewhere in this area. So remember our operator, pick a random. So let's pick a random for our X coordinate and pick a random for our Y coordinate. And we're going to pick somewhere between, in the X, negative 180 and negative 190. And in the Y coordinate, between negative 130 and negative 140. I don't know if this is going to work. Let's try it. So when I start as a clone, we want them all to go to a different spot and then shake. So this is the shake command. This is the go to a spot, and then we're going to connect them. So let's go. Boom. Ooh, nice. Now that's still a little bit compact. So let's give it a bit more space to choose. Let's go 160, 190, and let's go 100 and 140. Let's see if that makes it too big. Oh, kind of like that. Maybe even bigger. What if we went negative 200 and 150, like a whole difference of 50, and do that here. That's sweet. Boom. And just like that, you've coded. Okay. So we have solid. They're tightly packed. Okay. And then our liquids, they have their definite volume, so they're not filling the whole space because they're restricted by their volume. And gases are taking up the whole space. Okay. And as you saw, let's go ahead and change. So I'm going to go in solid to costumes. And I could hover over the mouse and the cat, sorry, upload a costume and get my water, my ice cube. Oh, that's huge. That's really, really big. That's really big. Oh, there we go. Okay. So if I chose to switch to costume, let's see what that would look like. It didn't change. Well, because I got to hit the green flag. Ooh, those are too big. Now I could just come back here and notice that I can't do anything to it. So I actually have to convert it to a vector. And now I get the ability to shrink it. So let's make it small. I'm going to center it. Oh. And that's changing as I go. That's pretty cool. Okay. So now it's just kind of, what do you like? Do you want it to be the green balls or the ice cubes? And you can do whatever you want because it's yours. You can change the colors, change the font. You can add more words here. But this is where we're stopping for today. Hopefully that helped. You got something successful out of it. Let me just kind of quickly go through all the code. And this is neat. Let's go full screen. All right. We can stop it and we can play it. All right. Now your job is to share it with me. So you need to hit this share button. You also got to save it. Don't forget to save it. Save the project. Okay. If you're not logged in, this gets really tricky. If you're not logged in, first thing you want to do is go File, Save to your computer. And that will save all of this that you can upload it once you are logged in. All right. Then you'd be able to share. So if you don't see the share button, you're either A, not logged in, or you haven't done the verification email yet. And you're going to want to do that because I'm going to do a ton of coding with you this year and next year if I have you again next year. So get that done. Then you hit the share button. If you copy this URL, the editor URL, I cannot view your work. Nobody else can view your work. You have to have your login credentials to do this. Okay, so you got to hit the share button. And that brings you to here. Congratulations on sharing your project. And now you can copy the link, copy that, and paste that into your unit binder for me to see. Okay. If for some reason, okay, you are not being successful, okay, go File, Save to your computer. Okay, it's now saved in my downloads. So when you do finally log in, you can create a new one. You can go File, Load from your computer, and there's my particle alignment. Yes, replace everything because there's nothing there that I want to protect. You got to move your teacher out of the way, and then everything's just right there. Okay, and then you should be able to share it once you're logged in and you've verified your account. Okay, don't forget to name it and be proud of your work. Change it, make it special. You can add more particles. You can change the colors, change the shape. You can do a lot of things. But thanks for watching. Who cares if you like and subscribe? Just have fun coding.